Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Thank you guys so very much for clicking on my video. My name is Maria. So guys, I am still a little sick, so please excuse my voice. I think I sound horrible, but maybe it's just me. Anyway, for this video, I will be sharing with you guys my pozole recipe. Over here on the counter, I have everything laid out that you will need. I have some bone-in pork shoulder, and I will be cubing this up into smaller pieces. I do like to trim most of the fat. I have two 16-ounce cans of El Mexicano maiz blanco. I couldn't find the Juanita brown, so that's why I went ahead and picked up two of these, and these were actually the last ones at my store. I have a yellow onion and some garlic, and then I also have some whole oregano, and then I have some chile de arbol over here, and then some Ancho Chili, and then I also have some Guajillo chili. These are the chilies that I will be using. And then for seasoning, I have some sea salt, and then some better than bouillon, this is the chicken base, and some bay leaves. So this is everything that I will be using to make my pozole. And the first thing that I'm going to do is cut up the pork shoulder into some smaller cubes, and then I will get started on making this pozole. So I did go ahead and cut up the pork off camera, and over here in the bowl I have all of the pork that I will be using. I didn't use the entire pork shoulder. Anything that I didn't use, I am going to go ahead and freeze so I can make some tamales later on in the week when I'm feeling a lot better. But all I'm going to do is take all of the cubed up pork and put it into this pot of cool water. I'm going to go ahead and add half an onion and some of the garlic cloves into this pot along with some bay leaves. I will cover it and let it come to a boil, and then I will go ahead and get started on my chilies. So now it's time to get our chilies ready. In total, I used 7 Guajillo chilies. I wanted this pozole to be a little spicy with a little bit of heat, especially with us being sick. I needed that vitamin C from these chilies. So I used 7 Guajillo chilies in total, 3 Ancho chilies, and 3 Chile de Arbol. So all I'm going to do is take the stems off of these chilies and get all of the seeds out. Now for the Chile de Arbol, it's a little hard to get those stems out, so I went ahead and left them. And once I get all of the seeds out, I am going to go ahead and place the chilies in a pot of water along with half an onion and 4 garlic cloves. I will bring this to a boil, let it boil for about 10 minutes, then I will turn off the heat, let it seep for another 10 minutes before I place all of these delicious chilies, garlic, and onion into my NutriBullet to blend. So after about 20 minutes of cooking your pork, you will notice that it will build a foam and some impurities on top, and all I do is use a spoon to skim this out, and then I will continue to cook my pork for another 20 minutes. In the meantime, I will go ahead and get started on making my red chili sauce. Now it's time to blend our delicious chilies. All I'm going to do is place all of the chilies, the garlic, and the onions into my NutriBullet. I don't have a blender, so that is why I use my NutriBullet. And then I will also add some of the water that the chilies have been seeping in to make this a smooth consistency. I'll blend it for a good 2 minutes, and then I will add this to our pozole. Before adding the chili into the pozole, I will remove all of the garlic, the onions, and the bay leaves. So this next step is optional. I like running my chili through a fine mesh strainer to make sure that I get all of those big chunks of chili that my blender has missed. And again, you don't have to do this. You can pour all of your chili directly into your pot of pozole, but this is something I like to do. And I did notice that my chili sauce was a bit thick, so I went ahead and placed it back into the NutriBullet. I added a little bit more of the water that the chili was seeping in. I gave it a blend for another 2 minutes, and then I continued on with adding the chili into my pozole. Once you add all of your chili, it's time to add your maiz. So again, I will be using the El Mexicano brand of the white maiz. I couldn't find the Juanita brand, so that is why I picked 2 of those up, and they are 16-ounce cans. I do like to strain all of the brine out and rinse my maiz out before I put it into my pozole. So that is what I will do next, is add the maiz to my pozole. I will give it a good mix, and then it is time to flavor the pozole. I keep it real simple. I use a little bit of the Trader Joe's sea salt, and then some of the Better Than Bouillon chicken base, and in total I use about 3 tablespoons. You want to taste your pozole between seasonings, because you don't want to overseason it with the chicken bouillon. And then I do use a tiny bit of oregano. I am not a big fan of oregano. It is a very strong, powerful herb, and I think it just overpowers everything if you use too much. So I seriously only use like a tiny pinch of it, because again, I'm not a big fan of oregano, neither is my husband. So once I have it all seasoned up, I will go ahead and cover my pot and let it simmer for a good hour to an hour and a half. Again, the longer it sits and simmers, the better the flavor. So I went ahead and left this simmering on low for an hour and 30 minutes. Okay guys, the pozole has been simmering for a good hour and 30 minutes. It is time to serve this pozole and eat it. It smells so good. I really hope you guys get a chance to make this recipe. It is really easy, really simple, and just so delicious. So once I plate it, I keep it real simple. The traditional way to eat this in Mexico is with some shredded lettuce, radishes, onions, and some lime. I keep it simple. I just like it with some freshly diced onions and a squeeze of lime juice. And that is it. That is all I do to my pozole. That is all I add. I think it is just so yummy and delicious. I really hope you guys get a chance to make this recipe. So that is going to be it for this video. Again, I apologize for sounding horrible. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that bell button so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Remember to check out the links below. Leave me a comment on how you guys like to serve your pozole. And I will see you guys next time in the next video. Bye!